What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe. Let's do the damn thing. Your boy is back for another red pill breakdown of The Bachelorette, episode 14. I'm sorry, season 14, episode 5. As you guys know, I did my first Bachelorette breakdown last week. Again, guys, listen, I'm keeping it, and this is for the ladies too. I know women are probably watching this too. Listen, I'm keeping it 100. I'm not with this romantic comedy bullshit. I'm not talking about the feels. When I break down The Bachelorette, I am keeping it all the way real. I'm keeping it 100. I'm not sugarcoating shit. I don't give a shit about hurting people's feelings. Black men, white girls, black girls, don't give a fuck. I'm giving y'all the real. Listen, I'm the only motherfucker out here breaking down The Bachelorette the way it's supposed to be broken down. Red pill style. None of that fluff bullshit. None of the bullshit. This is all the way real. 100%. So, before we get started here, let's go ahead and get some housekeeping done here. I was actually just watching First Take on ESPN, obviously with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, and it's normally hosted by Molly Qerim. Well, Molly Qerim apparently is going to be out next week, so guess who's going to be hosting First Take on ESPN next week? It's going to be Rachel Lindsay, the Bachelorette, the former Bachelorette. Listen, y'all, I told you guys this last week. She ain't marrying Brian, okay? And listen, if she does, she's probably going to cheat on him. Rachel Lindsay is going to be surrounded all week long next week by big television personalities. Television celebrities. Dude, the people at ESPN, they're celebrities. They're not just television personalities. They are celebrities. She's going to be surrounded by professional athletes, former professional athletes, right? Like, this isn't happening, okay? And again, like I said, she was never going to marry Brian in the first place. Listen, she had every intention of marrying him, but her newfound celebrity won't increase her sexual market value. She's not any more or less attractive than she was before she was on the show. But now that she's a celebrity, it will absolutely increase her standards. Think about this, y'all. She's engaged to Brian, who is a practical nobody. Nobody knew who the fuck he was when he was on The Bachelor until, of course, he won The Bachelorette. But since Rachel was on the show, okay, she's now a celebrity. Guys, listen, female celebrities, they don't marry average Joes. And Brian is an average Joe. Okay? Listen, first it's ESPN's First Take, then it'll be Good Morning America, and so on and so forth. Then it's maybe movie roles, etc., etc. Listen, guys, Rachel Lindsay does not want to marry Brian. She does not want to do it. She, as far as she's concerned, she's out of his league. Now, she might marry him in order to save face, but as soon as she became a celebrity, Brian was done. The only reason Brian is around is because he gives Rachel the status of being chosen, and women love that shit. Not only that, Rachel's a black woman who's engaged to a white guy, right? A high-value white guy, the highest value white guy available to her. Well, guess what? Rachel's going to be surrounded by higher-value men, and guys, I'm telling you, book it. Listen, book it now. Book it now. This little cutesy little thing. Listen, Rachel didn't want to marry Brian in the first place. She wanted to marry the guy who was in second place. The guy who wouldn't commit to her. The guy who wouldn't tell her 100% that he was going to give her the ring if he made it to the end. So she settled for Brian. Now she's a celebrity and now she's making the rounds. She's on Jimmy Kimmel. She's on all these shows. Now she's on ESPN. Listen, women like being engaged more than they like being married. And y'all ladies know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Rachel and Brian, they're in trouble. You guys can book that. One more thing I wanted to talk about is, maybe I'm a little bit late on this, but Lincoln, the Nigerian guy who talks like who's got a British accent, right? He's absolutely ripped. He's in fantastic shape. Of course, every woman finds him attractive because nothing is more attractive than a ripped black British man. Anyway, he's got a criminal record. Apparently, he pled guilty to groping or something. I don't know the details. I think the judge gave him a suspended 1-year sentence, but he's on 2 years of probation. It was on some cruise in Boston. I don't know the details. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Now here's the thing. Well, he's not winning anyway. Everyone's like, oh my God, Lincoln's a sex offender. Oh my God. No, listen, sweetheart. Listen, sweetheart. He wasn't winning anyway, right? But maybe Becca fucks him before she finds out about this criminal record, or maybe she fucks him after she finds out, right? We all know how women are. We all know that women are intrigued by danger. And Lincoln absolutely is a young guy, good-looking guy, British accent. Now that he's got the criminal opponent, the criminal component to him, that may intrigue, almost said Rachel, that may intrigue Becca anymore. So, on to episode 5. So, the crew left, I think it was Utah, after all that nonsense with Jean Blanc, and they come to Vegas. And Vegas is, of course, where Becca got her latest tattoo after being engaged to Ari. Listen, ladies, by the way, listen, I know you guys feel sorry for Becca, but, I mean, as far as her and Ari was concerned, but word to the wise, if a man asks you to marry him, ladies, don't go to Vegas and get a tattoo, okay? I'm not saying that that's going to sink the ship, but that's going to make him think twice about his decision. Unfortunately for Becca, the fix was in. Anyway, so they go to Vegas. And, the first group competition was writing lyrics for Becca. And they're going to sing this on stage, karaoke style. So, the camera's panning around, dudes are walking around, writing lyrics about Becca, how she's the greatest in the world, basically catering to her every whim. Well, the person's house that they are doing this at is Wayne Newton, and he's going to be there to help them. And listen, guys, by the way, this is going to be blasphemous. Those of you guys who live in Vegas know that it is absolute treachery. It's blasphemous to say anything bad about Wayne Newton. But Wayne Newton looks like a fucking circus clown, dude. Look at that picture. Like, look at him. He looks like his face is about to fall off. I hadn't seen a picture of Wayne Newton in quite some time. And dude, I saw him on television. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck happened to this guy? Too much plastic surgery, too much hair dye, too much makeup. He looks absolutely terrible. Anyway, moving right along. So, of course, they're all walking around, and Chris is pathetic with his lyrics. Wait a minute, wrong slide. Chris is pathetic with his lyrics. He's, I had to push through it because of something that happened to me. Guys are being all fucking emotional, mamby fucking pamby, et cetera, et cetera. Will's, when he was walking around with his lyrics, he was coming with the French gang, como allez-vous, mon frère. I don't know what that means, but it sounds French, whatever the case may be. So they finally get to the karaoke place. Or whatever the fuck it was. They're all in tuxedos. They're on stage. They're all on stage singing. John, who's a software engineer from San Francisco, he was the first guy up. He was confident. He was terrible. Everybody was terrible, but he was confident. He did a good job. Garrett did equally terrible, but Becca liked it. And it's funny, you watch Becca's reaction to Garrett, who was probably worse than John, much more favorable reaction. Why? Because Becca likes Garrett more than John. This is just how it works. Oh my God, he's doing such a good job. Of course, you want to bang him, like you want to marry him. That's just how it goes. Lincoln, of course, he's British. He was terrible. He had the British accent. He's terrible. Connor did a little bit of agree and amplify. In his lyrics, he talked about, and I don't remember the lyrics exactly, but he made fun of himself breaking the picture frame. So that was very good, agree and amplified. Leo actually sounded pretty good. He actually sounded better than he looked. Chris, on the other hand, brought down the house. He did the best. He was the best of the worst. He wasn't really that good, but he did the best. He started off in Spanish. He said something about, I recall when Ari dropped the ball or something like that. Guys, listen, dude, leave Ari out of this nonsense. Listen, any ladies watching this, I know you guys are sick and fucking tired of hearing about Ari. So am I, dude. The ghost of Ari Lyondike is all over this shit. And I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. Listen, man, Becca's not over Ari. You guys can say, oh my God, she's no, man. Becca's not over Ari. Listen, let's just call it what it is, man. She's not over his ass. Ari was the highest value male available to her. Okay, if we're talking about this in a sexual market value sense, these guys that now Becca has a choice of, they don't have as high a value as Ari. So no matter who she picks, she's always going to compare them to Ari, for better or worse. Maybe she's looking for someone who's totally the opposite of Ari, but dude, Ari's shadow is cast all over this season. Not only does she keep bringing him up, they keep bringing him up. So anyway, Chris brought the house down, got everybody involved. Everybody's up. They're all singing. Like I said, he was the best of the best. So after this, this karaoke thing, then of course they're doing the group date. I guess it was the cocktail party or whatever. And Becca takes Garrett, right? Because of course Garrett, like I said, he's gonna make it to the end. Dude, listen, man. You look at Becca's eyes when she is with Garrett, guys, he's getting to the end, okay? And now here's something else. She says, you make me smile so damn much. Now, she said this to Garrett. This makes me worry a little bit, because if a woman verbalizes how her feelings dictate her actions, like you make me laugh, you make me smile, you make me feel love, it's usually her trying to fill the time with words, right? Which can sometimes mean that her attraction could be dwindling. I doubt that's the case because listen, this is TV. This is not normal. Even though the situation is not normal in a normal dating setting. Listen, women's nature's on full display. Okay, like this is why I'm breaking this down. I don't think this is going to be a problem. We'll certainly keep an eye on it. The main event. Oh, wait a minute. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Okay, there's Chris. The main event. Got my slides mixed up there, guys. The main event was Jordan v. David. Jordan and David were getting into it, obviously, and we'll get to that a little bit later. Chris got a little bit cocky. And of course, Wills was giving her all the accolades. You know, Leah was pumping her head up. Are you on a workout plan? Like, they're basically all just kissing her ass. Now, when she had her alone time with Blake, guys, listen, man. And for the girls who thinks that Blake is going to win this show, he's not going to win. Blake is making the egregious mistake of being too vulnerable. And that's what's going to get his ass eliminated. And he's not going to like the rejection. He keeps saying to women, he keeps saying to her, I'm falling in love with you. Okay? Becca keeps losing attraction. Guys, listen, watch the episode back. He says he's falling in love with her, and Becca kind of looks down a little bit, and then she kisses him because she's physically attractive. Listen, Blake's a good-looking guy, right? He brought out the moose, the camel, the whatever the fuck it was, the ox, or I mean, he's got a bunch of animals at home or whatever. But with each proclamation of his feelings, Becca is slowly losing attraction for him. He keeps saying, like, you deserve to be loved. You deserve. Listen, she doesn't, dude, and this is why girls lose attraction, because Blake doesn't know Becca. Just because he saw her get rejected on national TV for all the world to see, you don't know who she is. You don't know what the backstory is. And everybody, and all these guys, well, Ari was this and Ari was that, and he should have done this. Dude, Ari had very good reasons to kick Becca to the curb. Okay, listen, go to DonovanSharpe.com. You can go and see my laundry list of reasons, but there's shit that happened that I don't even know about. These guys act like they saw everything that happened between Becca and Ari. You guys can sit there and trash Ari all you want to. He made the right choice, but you don't know everything that went down. You don't know if she had deal breaker personality traits that didn't come out until after he proposed to her. You don't know shit. And Becca knows he doesn't know shit. So when something like that, you deserve to be treated better. You didn't deserve to be done wrong by Ari. Dude, Becca knows that he doesn't know that for sure. And then and it was funny because after he told her all this, she was like, I like hearing that. Now, again, girls, when girls say stuff like I like hearing that or you're funny, listen, that is a marker of someone losing attraction. Oh, I like hearing that. If you like hearing that, show it. Dude, girls can say whatever they want. We always say in the Red Pill community, don't listen to what a girl says. Watch what she does. If she says, I like hearing that, prove it. Prove it. I like hearing that. Listen, I'm telling you, Blake is done. Listen, Blake is not going to stop. All right? He's going to keep pouring it on. All of the accolades. I love you. You deserve better. I'm going to shower you with gifts. Blah, 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 blah. And it's going to get old. It's going to get old. And so she, of course she gives Blake the rose. And she says, it was totally the opposite from last week, blah, 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 blah. Well, listen, John Blanc told her that he was falling in love with her. And she lost the traction immediately. Why? Because she didn't like John Blanc as much as she likes Blake, right? Like, listen, Blake is not going to win the show, but she likes him a lot more than she likes John Blanc. Blake's not going to win, guys. He is not mentally ready for a relationship. He is way too mentally fragile. I said it last week. He already considers Becca to be his girlfriend. He's already looking at dudes some type of way, like, I can't believe he's kissing her. No. Watch out for Blake, guys. He's not going to handle the rejection well. You wait and see. Then there's Chris. Now, after this group date, I think they did it at the T-Mobile Arena, home of the Las Vegas Knights. So after Becca comes back, she's like, "All right, guys, been a long night. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. See you guys tomorrow." Chris was offended and shocked. He's like, "Oh, I can't believe I didn't get to spend time with her. Like, you guys all got to spend time with her, and if she wants me, she can come get me. She has to show me that she's..." Dude, bruh, she's got 15 dicks chasing her right now. She's not coming after you. Listen, this is the thing, man. This is what guys don't understand. Women have the ultimate abundance mentality. And for all you fake ass motherfuckers out there talking about, well, I just let the girls come to me. Nah, bruh. You ain't letting the girls come to you. You come to the girls because girls have more options than you. right? Dude, you could look like Colton or Garrett. Doesn't matter. You still have to be the aggressor. In the mating game, we as men, we have to be the aggressor. If we want something, we go get it. Okay, and the girls receive the attention. They are passive, we are aggressive. That's how the coquettish game, that's how the mating dance goes. Girls don't approach guys. How fucking awkward would that be? So, you come here, no, it doesn't work that way. If you're the man and you're attracted to a woman, you fucking go get her. Just because you sang great on a stage with fucking painted on face fucking Wayne-ass Newton, and you were the best of the worst, doesn't mean Becca's just gonna come and drop to her knees and start sucking your dick in front of everybody. It doesn't work that way, homie. You gotta finish the job. Dude, fucking go get her. Take a page out of Lincoln's book, grab her hand, twirl around, and take her ass outside. Sitting around. Then he's like, well, you know what? I think I might go home tonight. Bruh, you overplayed your hand, man. You overplayed your hand. And listen, I don't like Chris anyway, because his dumbass ratted out, I can't even remember, I think the guy's name was Chase. Like, I got a text message from somebody who used to fuck with Chase, and she said he's not here for the right reasons. He's a jerk. And Becca rewarded his dumbass. Unbelievable. So, he overplayed his hand. So, let's get to the main event here, guys. Jordan v. David. Now, here's the thing, guys. The double date with Jordan versus David, let's just go ahead and call this what it is, guys. This double date was designed to eliminate the both of them. Becca didn't want either one of these chuckleheads, okay? Becca knew that they were at each other's throats. She watches the film. She listens to producers. She probably told them a long time ago, listen, I'm not choosing either one of these guys. So the producers probably said, okay, Becca, let's go ahead and take them on a double date. This will give you the chance to eliminate them both. Take them on the double date. We're going to put you out in the middle of nowhere, okay? I mean, dude, there was no activity. It was literally just a bed in the desert. That was it. Maybe some wine just to make it look like it was actually something, like either of them had a chance to get the rose. Take them on the double date and just tolerate it. Try to make it look like you're going to pick someone. Try to sell it, but just get through it. We'll get the ratings because Jordan and David hate each other, okay? So you can, listen, basically, Becca, you can let them hang themselves, and that's that. We can, listen, Becca knew this was going to be the waste of a day. She knew it was going to be a waste of a day. She doesn't want either one of them. But listen, they got to get the ratings, and they've got advertisers to make happy, so she went along with it. The fix was in. I knew it. Listen, I told my girlfriend this long before it was planned. And to be honest with you, I should have said something when I saw the preview. I should have gone on and said, because you guys can say, well, Donovan, it's easy to say that. No. Okay, fair enough. But I'm just letting you guys know it was easy to see that neither of these dudes, when they announced the double date, I knew they were both going home. So, silence in the car, right? They all get in the Jeep. They're driving out to the Valley of Fire. So, Jordan, his dumbass, is like, shotgun. So already he's acting like a petulant little fucking kid. Dude, Becca knows what's happening. She's silent in the car the entire way because she knows what's going to happen. She is sitting in silence, smiling, knowing that she knows that this is going to blow up. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this is where Becca tipped her hand. In the camera interview, like, I don't know when they produce this stuff. I don't know if they say, okay, Becca, we're going to take you out of the scene. We're going to sit you down. You're going to talk to us one-on-one. She said, I can move forward with both of these guys, one of these guys, or none of these guys. Listen, that's when the fix was in. This is when she tipped her hand. She knew she was going to eliminate them both. This is why she gave these options and included, I can move forward with none of these guys. She never said that. She never declared that with any other dude or any other double date. Just these two. She's never been on a group date and said, well, I might eliminate all these guys. She's never been on a double date and said, well, I might move forward with none of these guys. No, it was just these two. At that point, you should have known the fix was in as soon as she suggested it. Well, and listen, girls work this way too. They slip in the real intention, right? Well, I might choose to date him. I might choose not to date him. I might just choose to date somebody else. You never know. Well, of course she was going to choose to date somebody else, but she slipped it in there at the last second just so that when somebody questions her, well, oh my God, we didn't see that coming. Well, I did say I was going to date somebody else. So when the guys ask, oh my God, we didn't see that coming. Well, on camera, I did say that I might move forward with none of them. The fix was in. So immediately, David and Becca, they sit down. David starts trashing Jordan, right? So he basically starts tattling him. He's like, Jordan's talking about girls he wants to hook up with. He says girls are looking at him in the casino. He wants to date other women. He says, I'm just settling for Becca. That's what I'm going to do. Jordan's a bad guy, not here for the right reason. I can't believe it. So now Becca says, oh my God, I'm totally triggered because that's the same thing as Ari. Again, guys, here's what David, listen again. This is why we know Becca is not over Ari. Even though she knew the fix was in, even though she knew she was going to eliminate David, I'm still triggered by Ari. So then Becca and Jordan get their time. So as soon as Jordan sits down, there's no conversation. She says, okay, here's what David said. She knew what she was going to do. She had zero interest in either dude. She literally sparked the fire knowing what Jordan would do. This was a setup. So, of course, Jordan jumps into, hey, look, I'm a loyal partner. Watched my dad love my mother for 27 years, mental illness, blah, 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 blah. I'd like to think he kept it real. Maybe he didn't. Who knows? So, Becca not thinking, okay? She's not thinking, right? So she says, well, I got to go think. Listen, Becca's not thinking. She literally is just waiting for them to blow up so she can send the both of them home. Right? So she goes back and she sits between, she's like, well, I have some thinking to do. She walks over. She knows that they're just going to be at each other's throats. And guys, listen, David is the worst fucking kind of dude, man. Like, David is the kind of dude you can't be honest around, because if you're ever around a girl, he'll air out your dirty laundry to that girl to try to make himself look more attractive. Like, fuck that dude. And Chris is the same goddamn way. Like, listen, don't think I forgot about Chris's dumbass and what he did to Chase on the very first night. Guys like, you can't trust guys like those with like that with men or women. He's like, you're worse than Ori, Jordan. And of course, Jordan's pouting like a kid. So then at the end of all of that, Becca sits down between them. She's acting frustrated and surprised. She's like, I'm very frustrated with how the day went. Tell me what's going on. Okay? She knew she was lighting the match. So David said, so basically the point of contention was that David said that Jordan said that he was going to settle for Becca. Becca starts to poke and prod a little bit. And this is where Jordan caught him. Jordan's like, dude, I never said that. Then David says, well, I just feel like Jordan feels like he's settling with you. Which meant that Jordan never said that he wanted to settle with Becca. That never happened. So then she leaves him again for them to destroy each other. Listen, whether David lied on Jordan didn't matter. She was sending them both home. So she comes back and sits down again. She's like, well, this is not what I expected, which literally means she expected it. Okay? Now listen, most people probably didn't pick up on the fact that she was sending him home. But if you have red pill awareness or you're a woman, you can tell when a woman's bullshitting. Women watching this, they knew what was going on. Ladies, you guys knew what the fuck was going on. You're not going to tell me that you didn't. Oh my God, no, you were not surprised. You knew what was happening. Red pill aware men who watch this knew what was going on. And in the end, at the end of that little fiasco, she sent David home. Okay? Little fucking weasels, tattletales never fucking win. And then of course, Jordan, in true Jordan form, he said, why'd the chicken cross the road? To get buried in the fucking desert. I win. So, and of course, David, his parting shot, well, it's disheartening to know why she picked him. Dude, he didn't care that she picked Jordan. He only cared that he picked him over her. Him over him. Doesn't matter. So then, of course, the night date, and by the way, Becca's got really small boobs, man. Like, dude, like, I have bigger tits than she does, and I'm a grown fucking man. Anyway, so during the date, Jordan shoots himself in the foot immediately. Not that he ever had a chance, but he shoots himself in the foot immediately. He didn't let it go. He just kept talking about it, and finally, Becca just said, listen, I want to put that to bed. I want to leave that behind. Okay, whatever. So then Jordan asks her, okay, well, tell me what your weekend looks like. He's asking her interview date questions, which is something you should never do with a woman because all guys do this. So what do you do for a living? What's your weekend like? Do you like to take walks in the park? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Tell me 3 of your strengths, 3 of your weaknesses. Dude, Jordan has no idea what he's doing. So she tells him that I like being outdoors, blah, 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 blah. Then he launches into this full diatribe about hair, skin, nails, modeling. Listen, Jordan is the type of dude who asks someone a question so that he can answer it after they get done. Jordan doesn't listen. Jordan waits for his turn to talk. He just doesn't listen. Then she compared him to Zoolander. Okay? Listen, I said this last week. Jordan is Zoolander. What did Becca call him? She called him Zoolander. She told him to do the Zoolander, like the Magnum Steel or the Blue Steel look and all that. At that point, you knew it was over, man. And then he puts the nail in the coffin. I wish we could get my portfolio out. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, are you a man or a fucking woman? Anyway, he leaned in for a kiss. He's like, I've been waiting to do this for a long time. And he leans in for a kiss. And Becca's not even into it. She laughs because it's like kissing her fucking silly little brother. Then, of course, she drops the hammer. She buttered him up and says, well, you're charismatic and funny, blah, 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 blah. Surprise, surprise, Jordan didn't get the rose. Oh my God. And then he's like, well, she told me she'd never met anyone like me before. Jordan, no one's ever met anybody like you before. That doesn't mean that they're attracted to you. When a woman tells you such things, oh my God, you're the best. That doesn't mean she wants to fuck you. I've never met anyone like you before. Doesn't mean she wants to fuck you. Jordan's 26. He has no game. He has no clue. Listen, man, Jordan has some growing up to do. I think that's obvious. And in the end, he didn't really care. All he cared was that he got eliminated after David, and he said, well, at least I beat David. Like I said, listen, the Jordan versus David thing, that needed to go, and like I said, the fix was in. Everybody, if you were watching this, as soon as they announced the Jordan and David for group double date, you already knew they were both going home. Let's move to the cocktail party. The Chris versus Will's fiasco. So now we're at the cocktail party, and Chris is steady bitching about no one-on-one time. I didn't get one-on-one time. Now, here's the thing, man. Becca comes in. Hey, everybody. She's like, well, yesterday was totally tough on me. Becca's such a fucking drama queen, right? Like, there was nothing tough about what... Dude, and of course, yesterday was tough on me. All she did was endure a couple of fucking brats fight each other with Jordan and David. So the Jean Blanc thing, it's so tough. Oh, get the fuck out of here. So anyway, she pulls Chris aside, all right, because she heard about what he said about wanting to go home. And so what Chris does, his dumbass not knowing, like, it's so funny. These guys don't think that the Bachelor or the Bachelorette actually watches the footage. Like Crystal, for example. She actually thought that Ari was buying the bullshit persona that she was putting out there. When Ari confronted her with all these things, she looked positively shocked. Like, how could he know these things? How could he know that I have a dual personality? You fucking idiot. Of course he watches the footage. Chris's dumbass didn't even think about that. I think I might be going home. You don't think the fucking producers went back to Becca and said, yo, he thinks he wants to go home. You need to do something about that. Because they don't want men to show abundance mentality. They don't want men on there to show signs of not being interested. Oh, no. They can't have that. Queen Becca must be exalted. Queen Becca must be, like we must go after Queen Becca all the time. We must never want to leave her. Of course they were going to tell her. He was stupid as fuck to think that it wasn't going to get back to her. So they sit down and he's like, well, you owe me 50,000 kisses. And Becca's like, why? Right? So, of course, now he bitches that he didn't get to hang out with him. Becca's like, well, I needed to talk to you too. So basically, she said what he said. She said that he didn't take the initiative. And as soon as go back and watch the episode, as soon as she says you didn't take the initiative and come and get me, you can see that micro expression in Chris's face that he knew she was right. He's like, oh shit, you know what? You're right. It's not on her to come after me. Even if he were the Bachelor and she was a contestant, it's not on her to come after me. Okay? It's on me to go get her. She already knew it. Of course, his dumbass couldn't let it go. They argued it back and forth, and she's like, well, can you make it 50-50 every day? This is where she fucked up with Ari. Okay? That's where she fucked up with Ari. And I'm going to get to this whole 50-50 thing. So then Chris, of course, goes into full beta mode. I don't think you realize how much I like you. He started groveling, telling her good things about himself, and Becca's attraction continued to dwindle. He had already fucked it up, just like Jean Blanc. He tried to come back the second time, interrupting her and Lincoln, and he ended up getting booted. Now, she's more attracted to Chris than she was Jean Blanc, and that's why Chris is still on the show, but he didn't do himself any favors. So he started groveling, and then in the end, he apologized. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Guys, this is why you should never apologize to a fucking woman. Don't do it. As soon as he apologized, attraction way down. Here's the thing, guys. Becca is looking for excuses to get rid of guys, okay? She keeps saying, I want 50-50. But what Becca really means, she keeps saying, I want 50-50. Like, she keeps saying that. That's not what she's talking about. When she says she wants 50-50, what she means is, I want someone who meets each and every one of my criteria 100% of the time. I want a man who meets 100% of my criteria 100% of the time, and I want him to be 100% certain that he wants to be with me. I don't want any doubt in any man's mind. And this is the problem most girls have. There are so many girls out there who ditch decent guys because he doesn't meet 100% of the criteria 100% of the time. Okay? And again, it is obvious that she's not over Ari because she keeps comparing everyone to Ari. She keeps talking about him. Every time a guy fucks up, it's like, oh my, OMG, I'm triggered. This reminds me of what Ari did. Okay? Yeah, Chris said he wanted to go home, and he may have meant that he wanted to go home. But she made up her mind to, I thought she'd made up her mind to send him home anyway. I thought he was going home. But God forbid, a guy have second thoughts about wanting to be there for her. But the minute they do, she sends him home. So, of course, then he tries to make it up later, And Wills is talking to Becca. He comes in, can I steal her away from you for just 1 minute? And this is funny because normally it just happens, right? The guy's like, okay, sure, because they don't want to be confrontational. Wills wasn't having that. Wills and Chris sort of go mano a mano. They go back and forth. And it was interesting because when Chris comes and says, hey, can I steal her for just a second? Becca's like, well, we just sat down. Yeah, it doesn't matter when you sat down, okay? She didn't want Chris to sit down. Her attraction to him was already dwindled. When you ask a guy if you can steal a girl away and the girl tells you no, dude, you have already lost, man. But he stayed in the set and he kept fucking trying. He kept fucking trying. Dude, she let him sink his own ship. It was just, dude, the whole situation was awkward. It's just like Jean Blanc. It didn't go right the first time. And it went worse the second time. So finally, Will says, listen, bruh, I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and then that's going to be it. So Chris sits down, and he actually starts to build a little bit of momentum. It looked like Becca was it looked like she might have been, turning the corner with this guy. But guess what? Will sensed this, and oh, by the way, his 2 minutes were up. So he comes in, he's like, look, bro, you got to go. He's like, dude, I just need 2 more minutes. He's like, nah, man, I gave you 2 minutes. Wills could have lost his cool. Dude, Wills was totally cool. And this is the dichotomy. I'm probably not using the right word there. This is the difference between Wills and Chris. Wills doesn't get rattled. Chris isn't dude, he's like a woman. He gets emotional. He's already shed tears multiple times. Dude, Wills was like, bruh, listen, man, I gave you the 2 minutes and I didn't even have to do that. So you're going to get your ass up and you're going to get up out of here. And he kept saying, can you please just give me, then he looked at Becca. Now that's where he really fucked up. Wills wasn't giving him the time, so he looks at Becca, you gonna do something about this? Nah, bruh. No, you're a fucking man. You need to man the fuck up. You shouldn't have fucked it up the first time. Number one. And number two, you don't look for the woman to fucking, to arbitrate between you two. Nah, that's between you two. Don't involve her. The fuck out of here with that. So he keeps saying, Wills, can I please? Will stood his ground. Can I get a couple more minutes? Nah. Finally, Becca saw that it was starting to get heated. She says, Chris, I'll come find you. This was the feminine thing to do for Becca, right? She had to step in because Wills wasn't going to let him have any more time. And Chris was trying to show Becca that he was there for her. Dude, Chris is such a fucking... Dude, he is such a fucking beta male. It's so... Dude, he looks like he should be in a fucking boy, man. I fucking hate this motherfucker. But he thought that he was becoming more attractive by insisting for more time. Look how committed to you I am. I'm fighting another man for you. No, dude. No, that's not how you do it. Wills wasn't having it. You look stupid. So finally, Becca just said, listen, I'll come find you. I'll come find you. She did the feminine thing. I'll give Becca credit for that. Chris looks totally bad. Wills jumped right in. He had all the game. Hand around the waist. Tongue in the mouth, kissing, blah, 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 blah. Wills came back. He was smiling. Wills was totally cool. When he left, he said, listen, I didn't have to get up at all. He told Chris, listen, man, I didn't have to get up at all. And they argued back and forth some more. Chris is an emotional fucking mess. Now, Garrett dropped a little bit of game on Chris. He says, listen, dude, she wants someone who's going to be emotionally stable. Chris gets unraveled. Then he starts talking about how he feels like everyone's attacking him. Everyone plays the victim. Everything is all good and dandy. Now Chris wants to try to be the bad boy. Nah, bruh. You showed your hand when you tattled on Chase, homie. Like, we already know what you're about. Like, that's why nobody says anything around you, because they know you're going to run back and tell Becca. Like, you need to shut the fuck up and take the L here. And hopefully, if she gives you a rose, just don't fuck it up next time. So Becca comes and gets him. And her body language was completely off. She was stone-faced. Dude, she had checked out. He emotionally, he got all emotional. He says, listen, I'm legitimately falling for you. Now, he admitted that he was upset that he had hit a wall. At least he was honest with that. He keeps complimenting her, which was a mistake. The one thing he did before it ended, he wanted some sort of reassurance from her. He said, hey, look at me. And Becca looked at him. That was a good move, but dude, it's too little too late. It's too little too late, homie. So in the end, in the roast ceremony, John was the guy who got eliminated. John didn't get picked. He didn't go home. So John, Jordan, and David ended up going home. And a lot of people say, oh my God, I can't believe John. Of course John didn't get picked. Dude, he looks like he's part Asian. And even if he's not part Asian, he looks like it. And white girls don't like Asian dudes, man. They just don't. Well, I know a white girl who's with it. Listen, sweetie, the exception never makes the rule. John wasn't going to win anyway, dude. Like I said, he's an awkward Asian guy. He's from San Francisco, and they're fucking girly men anyway. like I said last week, he's the typical Silicon Valley, guy who came up with he's a software engineer, probably came up with an idea, a lot of money, zero game. There was no way he was ever winning the competition. Becca said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get rid of him. But hey, listen, at least he can swing an axe. And in the end, John is crying because he didn't get picked, which only proved that he should have been sent home. Now, let's back it up here. Let's back up and talk about Wills. Now, Wills came out smelling like roses, right? Had a great date, stayed cool in the face of, blah, 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 blah. Y'all, Wills isn't winning the show. Becca isn't going to pick Wills. He may get far. Becca's not picking Wills. Listen, Becca's not marrying one of us. She's not marrying a black man, guys. Listen, she had her fun, okay? But she's not marrying a black guy. I don't care what anybody. Well, she could. No, she's not going to marry a black guy. She's not doing it. That doesn't mean I'm trashing us black guys. That does not mean that at all. So all you niggas out there, who want to talk shit, fine, talk shit. I'm going to go ahead and put in the disclaimer. That's not what that means. You know Becca's not marrying a white guy because guess what? Public perception is everything to women. And don't give me this love conquers all. Don't give me that bullshit. Becca has fucked black dudes before. Let's get that straight. That doesn't mean she's going to marry one of us. That's just how it is. Listen, this observation is just the truth about the sexual marketplace. All things being equal, white girls prefer white guys, and that's all there is to it. If there's ever a dating competition, the white girl is not going to... Now, as far as dating is concerned, if she wants to date somebody, yeah, the black guys are probably going to win because there's no commitment. But as far as marriage is concerned, she's going to marry the white guy every time. Well, what if the black guy was muscular and hot and rich? She'd marry him. Of course she would. That's why I said all things being equal, because if there was an equally hot, muscular, rich guy, she's choosing the white guy. This is just how this is, man. And like I said before, guys, it is Colton versus Garrett in the end. I called it last week. I'm sticking with my pick. She wants to fuck Wills. She wants to fuck Lincoln. She may even want to fuck Leo. But she's going to either marry Colton or Garrett. You can book it. It's those two in the end. I guarantee it. So we got a sort of a preview for next week's episode. They have this Beck election. Looks like this debate style forum. And of course, they show Chris trashing the other guys because now he has an axe to grind with everybody. And, this is why the Bachelorette model doesn't work. The Bachelorette model is set up for men to exhibit beta traits to win the girl and tear each other down, right? Like, they're all running through mud. They're all dressed in tuxedos, running through mud, through some sort of obstacle course. They're all clamoring for her attention. They're all bitching at each other all the time. It's one giant fucking beta test. And in the end, whoever she picks in the end is going to be the one she is the least unattracted to because of all of the beta shit that she's seen him do already. And then, at the very end, it showed her crying in bed, right? Now we're all like, oh my God, what's she crying about? This is my prediction. She's crying in bed because Lincoln fucked her and then he probably left the show. I could be wrong, but stay tuned. I think Lincoln fucks her. I have no reason. I don't have inside information, but I think Lincoln fucks her and then he just decides to leave the show because I think he's just in it for the ass. Dude, look at Lincoln. Look at him. He doesn't want to get married yet, nor does he need to. That's all there is to it. That's going to do it for this edition of the Bachelorette Red Pill Breakdown. Be sure to tune in tonight at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific for TSR Primetime. On DonovanSharpe.com, I'm going to talk about the 3 ways to tell you might actually have a quality woman. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tonight.